Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're new, I'm Dean and today we're going to be talking about alopecia areata. As you can see by the thumbnail, I had a severe disease of alopecia areata, and it is an autoimmune disease that you can get through many reasons. The first one is stress. I actually also think I got it due to stress. I was really stressed on this vacation we had been through, and it didn't go as planned, and shit was it was going fucked up. But so you have to try to minimize stress, because stress induces cortisol, and cortisol can of course damage your hair follicles and also can activate cells, and they basically attack your own body with this disease. So you try to minimize stress. That's my first tip. And also another way you can get it is, at the time I was kind of my own barber, and I had like a clipper, and I was rubbing it because I wanted to get a nice fade and shit. But of course, rubbing on these kind of weak spots, that will also induce alopecia. So I would suggest not to do that. Oh yeah, and of course also it is a genetic thing. Some people, they don't even have it. So, but me, in my personal experience, in my family, some people always also had it. So it is also a genetic thing, the disease. And I don't think it was coincidence that I got the disease, because after a month of stress and me rubbing my clipper against my head to get a nice fade, and also with me, of course, having some family members who had the same disease, no, it's not a coincidence. So it started in the summer of 2024, and with these three factors I basically got alopecia. I will put up some pictures maybe in the screen, and as you can see, it's not very attractive, but as you can see now, I'm fully fixed, got a big head of hair, gotta go to the barber soon, looking like a caveman. So if you also want to get your hair back, listen up, because I have the best tips that actually work scientifically. Now that we know a little bit about the background of how you can get alopecia areata, what are the solutions? For myself, I noticed that the medication I was given, some people get given pills, but I didn't even take them because I didn't want to swallow pills, and I thought I could fix it naturally, as I eventually did. But you also could get injections, but they said that it can make your skull a little thinner, and you can get disease easier and could get infected. So I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm just trying to fix it naturally, And also, of course, many people also know about this third method, which is minoxidil. Minoxidil, some people use it for their beards or eyebrows. You could also use it on your head. Minoxidil, it also dried my skin out. I tried it, but I didn't get the results I wanted. So what did actually work for me? I watched this YouTube video of Dr. Eric Berg. He's an American YouTuber, actually a doctor, and he's one of the best doctors out there. He's actually exposing the breakfast scheme, and it is actually enforced upon companies to kind of popularize this notion that you need to eat breakfast, and that is the most important meal of the day. But Dr. Eric Berg actually says truth and says what it is. So I would really suggest you follow him also. And he also had this video out there of how to help alopecia, and it was his protocol was basically that you would get an onion, just slice it open in half, and then I would just rub it for I think like 5 to 10 minutes. I would squeeze out all of the juice on my bald spots and just around all of my head, and then I would leave it for about an hour or so, or like half an hour, and then I would wash it out. I would do this every single day. I would never skip a day. It's very important, don't skip a day. Some people, maybe he says like do it 3 times a week or 6 times a week. I did it every day, and it got the results I wanted, So I would suggest you doing the same. And some people, they may ask like, yeah, but didn't your head stink? Or no, I didn't. You can just use shampoo after. And even if it did stink, I want my hair back at all costs. So I didn't give a fuck if it stunk. But of course you can use shampoo maybe shampoo twice, but I didn't really think it's the stank and of things, and nobody else thought it in my circle. So that's the first thing I want you to do if you're going through this. Just pick an onion, you know, like a round one, slice it in half and rub it on all of your spots. Leave it in for 30 minutes to an hour and then just wash it off. And use shampoo after if you don't want to stinky boy. My next tip is that you need to play some kind of sport, or you need to kind of work out, because that way actually there's more blood flow in your body, and it also reaches your hair follicles easier. And if you're not already working out, man, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? It helps you with every part of your life, you know, so definitely do that also. And so let me read real quick. Oh yeah, the mindset that I had, I had this teacher at the time, my mentor at school, and she said, because she noticed, everyone noticed me getting basically bald, right? She told me like, you don't want to wear a hat, or because at our school it's not normal that you can wear a hat. She told me multiple times, are you sure you don't want to wear a hat? I was like, no, I don't need it. This is just who I am. And that was kind of my mindset, you know. I knew I was gonna get my hair back. So that's a mindset you also need when facing this disease. You need to have the mindset that you're gonna get all of your hair back, everything. And that's also how you're gonna motivate your body, and how you're gonna keep, you know, rubbing the onion on your head, because that's actually what gets the results. Oh yeah, and this was all, I always used to say it. People told me like, you don't want to go bald, because I actually was growing a little bit in my hair, and then you saw the bald spots really easy. So they said, why don't you just shave it all off, you know, then it's equal. I was like, bro, I don't even see my own hair, you know what I'm saying? In day-to-day life, of course, you see out of your own eyes, so then, yeah, of course you don't see yourself. So that was kind of my mentality, like, I will get it back, and this is who I am, and I won't be, you know, scared for it or be ashamed or something like this. So don't be ashamed if you have it. Just rub the onion and have hope, because you will get out of this mess. Maybe it's not always gonna be easy, but just do what you have to do, and also have patience. Don't think that in maybe a month or two you're already gonna get your hair back, because then you're gonna stop rubbing the onion and you're gonna fuck it up. I watched many videos on what you could do. Some people suggest using garlic or this shampoo or that product, but nothing worked basically as the onion did. So I would really advise you to use the onion. I also used garlic, that didn't use. I used minoxidil, didn't work. I used the pill, didn't work. So stick to the onion and you will get your results. And an average timeline that I could give you for myself, it started in around 2024 in summer, as I already said, yes. And I basically, my hair was getting a little sparse here and there. It was getting real sparse and thin. That's the first sign, but you don't even know yet if you have alopecia then. So maybe go to a doctor if you're really thinning. But in around 3 months, you will really notice that you will have like bald spots here and here and here to the back of your head, and that's basically the rough part. And it can go on like that if you don't minimize the stress and the cortisol, and if you don't rub the onion, then it could really go further for another, like, let's say 5-6 months. But when I started rubbing the onion, within like 3 months, I started getting real thin hairs, basically like non-permanent hairs, as they say. They were basically like blonde, and you really need to like shine a light on them to really see them greatly, or see them good. But this is the first sign that you're gonna make a comeback, if you see these real thin blonde hairs. And it won't be everywhere, I'm gonna be honest. Within the first, let's say 6 months, it won't be everywhere that you get these blonde spots. But if you just keep rubbing within a year, I'm sure if you minimize stress and you do what I told you basically in this video, you will actually gonna get your hair back, you know, as I also did. So that's my advice to you, and I hope I have helped some people who are going through the same stuff. Don't be ashamed, and you got this, bro.